I finally finished The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, and it took me a while. It took me a while. I'm not used to reading big books, I'm not gonna lie. But I finally finished. So, what's the book about? Who is Ayn Rand? Ayn Rand is an author who wrote this book in the 30s. I believe it came out 30, it's written here. Came out in 43, but I believe she started officially writing it in the 38. Took her a while. I love a good, build up sort of story. I heard that she even worked for an architect for a while just to get more information on how to write the characters. Because if you don't know, the story follows an architect called Howard Rourke, who's the kind of the example of what the ideal man should be. He's, an, not industrial, he's very egotistical. He's pushes for new ideas instead of just repeating the same patterns. Like the book starts with him being kicked out of university because he refuses to do the assignments that are like, oh, make a, traditional house, like a classical house, copying like older architect styles, because he keeps submitting more modern takes of it, and his all of his ideas are rejected because they're like, what the hell, we're not doing that. And but he never gives up, in the sense of he sticks to his own ideas. He only really works for himself, and throughout the book there's like a lot of people who want to bring him down, and he really does not give a fuck. He's like, literally, you call me your enemy, I don't even care about you. I don't even think about you. I'm thinking about my architecture. I'm thinking about my buildings that I'm drawing up in my room. That's his whole deal. So there's him. There's Peter Keating, who went to school with him. Unlike Howard, he actually graduated. He became an architect. Actually, pretty successful. Um, but he only became successful because he was the opposite of Howard. He was kind of like a sellout. He did whatever people wanted. He was very easily manipulated, especially by this other character, Ellsworth Toohey, who was this also the opposite. I'm just realizing how. Which side do I need to start sleeping on this side more. Okay, anyways, Ellsworth Toohey is a. I don't even like so he's a writer, he's also like a public speaker, he's an activist, he's an altruist. Basically, he thinks, people should live for the sake of other people and not for their own pursuit of happiness or whatever their goal may be. There's like literally a moment where he's like, people are also obsessed with him. People love this guy, like they eat his shit up. Um, and then there's also Dominique Franco, who is a beautiful young woman who's an author, who is a writer at the newspaper The Banner, who is owned by Gail, who comes in later on in the story. So again, this story expands throughout so many freaking years. It starts with him like graduating, or I guess getting kicked out during his graduation year. So he's like 21 or like 20, and at the end of the book he's like 37, 36. Like, it's a while. And so characters come in, come out, they become important, they become irrelevant. So I don't I don't want to like give a whole spoiled rundown of the book, but I am going to talk about certain things here and there, I guess. Like, no spoilers. Okay, no spoilers. I'm just going to say basically that each character in the book is depicted as either an example of the objectivism philosophy that Ayn Rand stands for, or the complete opposites of collectivism, and kind of showing how ridiculous that stuff is. It also, so throughout Howard's career, again, he experiences a lot of setbacks because he's not the version of an architect that people want him to be. And because of that, Ellsworth specifically hates him because he's like literally the opposite of him. Um, I guess Peter's more of the opposite of him. I mean, they're both the opposite of him, because Peter, he gets to the top again by being like a sellout, whatever. Ellsworth, on the other hand, he wants power. He's the biggest hypocrite of them all because he sells this idea of like man should be selfish, men should only provide for others. He puts himself up as a saint or like as an example, and you realize that all he wants is control and power. He wants to control the banner, he wants to control all the constructions of the building, he wants to eliminate Howard from ever having a career. And so all the characters are kind of over dramatized. This is really not a like the way these people talk and communicate is not a real world. It is a world filled with intellectuals who are able to communicate with slight movements. And yeah, like I don't even know how to explain it, but the way these people communicate with each other is not how normal people will communicate. Maybe it's because I don't want to say it's because of it's a different time. I mean, it like again, it feels like because each character has such specific is meant to be portrayed in such a specific way. Like there's not really a gray sort of area here. It's like this character's a good example, this character's bad example. So because there's not really a gray area in between the characters, they communicate with each other very strongly. Give some great dialogue though. Dominique might be the only sort of gray area because she is like she sees Howard, she's like, I see you, I respect you, I respect your art, you know. They have a relationship and spoiler alert, just kidding. It doesn't really matter that much. You see how it evolves. But Howard knows that she still cares too much about people. So she does see the world the same way that he does, but he knows that they can't be together for as long as she cares about what the world thinks of her. It's only when she breaks free from that, the same way Howard did, that they can be together. So there's complications in their dynamic. And there's a grape scene in it. It kind of throws you off pace for a little bit because it's like, oh. And it was portrayed as like a loving thing. I honestly, I can't defend that one because at first, like, it's like he goes into her room and the way it's described, it's like she rejects and then she surrenders and is like in love with him. So you try to at first justify it by being like, oh, she was in love with him too, so she like accepted it. But then later in the book, she straight up says he raped me. So you're just like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's not. I don't know exactly what Ayn Rand was trying to go with that. Yeah, I don't really know. But just. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the idea of the book of like, you know, these greater than life characters, these like people who go after whatever they want no matter what. And again, because it spans for decades, you see how like over the years their hard work led them to, you know, certain places. And some parts was inspirational, I will say. You know, a man hard at work, dedicated to his craft no matter what, you know, he may face, knowing that he's gonna get shitted on, not caring because he says, like, I don't build for people, I build for myself, for my work, and that's all I care about. So I low-key respect it. But, yeah, overall, I would recommend this book. It has some stuff that, honestly, I think is still pretty relevant today, like the way people behave and kind of the media. It also discusses the media we consume, how it's kind of catered to kind of destroy our spirit. And I think that was kind of ahead of its time with the way we now see media as like a distraction. So, yeah, some relevant stuff here. Up next from Ayn Rand. Atlas Shrugged. Let's see how long this book. What the hell is going on in this day today? Yes, something. What the hell? So I bought this book at a thrift store, and it has this in the middle. Am I supposed to ship this book? Oh, what the hell? As an advocate of reason, egoism, and capitalism, I seek to reach the man of intellect, wherever such may still be found. Do you share Ayn Rand's view of life? Do you want to fight today's culture and political trends? If you have taken the ideas of this book seriously, you will want to find out about the Ayn Rand Institute, the Center of the Advance of Objectivism, mail order service for books, taped lectures, and taped courses by Ayn Rand and others on the philosophy of objectivism. Oh, so I fill this out, I send it to them, and I get shit back. Anyways, let's see, how many pages is this? Jesus, it just doesn't. Oh my god, we're at 900. What the hell? Is there no afterword? $1,074 pages. Ayn Rand, what crack are you on? Maybe I'll read another book before that. I need a break. I got a medieval book. I got an anarchist book up next. You know, compare and contrast. Emma Goldman. Ever heard of her? No? No woman anarchist? This is a woman anarchist from pre-Ayn Rand's time. Also from Russia. Also a Russian immigrant. Also in New York. They could have met. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know their births and deaths. Much shorter though. So, capitalist anarchist. Thank you for watching my book review. Have a good night.